Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got a video for you that's a little bit less scripted than usual. It's not about a big topic or a philosophical thing. It's just kind of coming from the heart. It's about something that I've been feeling recently, and it started when I went to E3. I went to E3 last week, and it was a week-long event. I started with EA Play, then there were press conferences, and then finally there was the show floor, and in between there was tons of capture sessions, events, parties, reveals, and meeting people. While I was there, I saw this, and this. I also saw this. I did this, also did this thing, went here, and it was a fantastic trip, but probably the most important, the biggest and most beneficial thing to me while I was there was meeting people. I got to meet a lot of very, very special people on this trip, and I'll just keep the very short list. I managed to meet Boogie, who is an amazing YouTuber, very articulate in person as well. Boogie was very cool. I met Chris J. Alex in person. We talked and did videos last year, and I met Adam Sessler, who was a child, or is more accurately, a childhood hero of mine. When I'd go visit my mother in the summer, and I didn't have internet access, but I was still a big gamer, and when it really wasn't a safe place to be, so I would just stay up all night in case something bad happened, Adam Sessler would be there on various shows on G4 TV, and I could always watch that and depend on that for my entertainment and to kind of keep up with gaming while I was removed from almost all of it. But when I went to the show floor and I met all these people, I would end up meeting lots and lots of fans. Lots of people that recognized me would come up and say hi, and normally this would be a good thing. This would be an awesome hype thing and something I should be like excited for, right? Unfortunately, the most common thing that they would tell me is, hey, I used to watch you blank. I used to watch you back in Modern Warfare 2. I used to watch you in Black Ops 1. I watched you during the Black Ops 2 days. I used to watch your philosophical videos. I watched your video on suicide and it helped me through problems and things. I used to watch your ghost stories. I used to watch those Black Ops 3 streams 3 years ago. And unfortunately, astonishingly few of the people that recognized me or that I talked to were watching me now or any of my current content. And I gotta tell you that hit me right in the feels. Like it's super good to go out and be known and be recognized and be a part of the gaming community. And it hurts super bad to know that these people that know who you aren't really watching or caring a whole lot about what you're doing now here today. That was a big L to take, and it wasn't an easy one either, but I took it, and I'm gonna try to maybe spin this in a different direction. Maybe. There were full-grown adults that were talking about watching me in middle school. I talked to people that were developers on other games now that watched me in high school or throughout college. I talked while I was there to a variety of people that I helped through hard times because they had family problems, or the suicide video convinced them not to kill themselves. Thank fucking God that video did something. So many philosophical videos that kids that said they didn't have a dad, and that I stepped in those shoes and I could be a dad for them, which is just an utterly terrifying thing. But this large positive influence over time was very comforting to hear, and a nice balance against the I used to thing, because boy do I ever get tired of I used to. It was a very positive and good feeling to know that I'd been such a good influence on so many people's lives over time. And speaking of time, I got called an OG YouTuber more than once. More than once says, hey, this guy used to make videos in Black Ops 2, or I used to watch your videos in Black Ops 1, or Modern Warfare 2, and then we're going even further back, hey, I used to watch you on Machinima Respawn when Hutch and Sark would host it, or even further back, I used to watch your Machinima videos on Machinima Regular. Did you guys know that there was a gaming section on YouTube before commentaries? I was making gaming videos before commentaries, lots of things like this. And nobody was there to recognize it, but I was actually uploading videos during YouTube Alpha, circa 2005, 2006, when the website was just brand new. I think the oldest videos I have on my channel are about 10 years old now, because when we were talking about this, it dawned on me how long ago Machinima was the big thing, and how I was doing YouTube before that. Just the amount of years and time just crashed upon me and made me feel like an old man before my age. And I started thinking about my first ever YouTube upload, at least on this channel. I had some like random shitter channels back in the day, but when this alias took over, that's kind of a weird way to say it. I guess I've always been me, but I didn't have permanent accounts. I was really like paranoid about people watching me and stuff, but when this name stuck is a better way to say it. But my first upload 10.5 years ago was of my dad asking me if I had bought my very first digital camera. Like, I clearly bought it and I had the receipt and I was filming on it, and he was asking me if I bought it. And it's also a video camera.
Have you bought that yet?
What do you mean? I paid for it.
That's what I asked. Have you bought it?
Yeah, how would I get it without buying it? Kind of a weird oldest video on the channel, but yeah, that's the thing. I mean, looking back, I was making Halo machinimas, I was making little stop motion animations about creatures cleaning my room. I was doing all sorts of old crazy stuff. Unfortunately, I don't know where the time went. This all still feels very, very new and very challenging to me. YouTube changes every day, every week, every month. It's still honestly like the Wild West. Maybe a little bit less wild, but still very wild and very, very Western feeling. I guess I never really had any aspirations when I started YouTube. I just kind of enjoyed making little short films and videos and telling stories, and I still do that today. But as time grew on and like money got involved, I suppose at some point along the way I wanted to become rich and famous and too cool for school and graduate and move on and, you know, retire at 25 and live in this big mansion in Malibu somewhere. But that obviously didn't pan out. I'm still here making gaming videos in Texas. And in a lot of ways, instead of being maybe salty about people that used to watch me or the retirement level success that never came, I guess I should be glad that I survived as long as I have in this YouTube game. Looking back at a lot of the people, there's basically nobody, maybe just the smidge, like we're talking numbering under 50 people that started YouTube 10 years ago and are still surviving and making content in this medium. So I guess I feel very, very lucky about that. And it's also humbling to know how many people I've watched and influenced over time who had really no business watching me to begin with. I don't think I'm really pleasant to look at. I'm not exactly a handsome, like, jaw-dropping kind of man. I didn't, at least originally, have a very good speaking voice. If you go back to the very old YouTube videos, I have a flat, monotonous voice from abuse that I was terrified to show any emotion, and I was like a robot. So this has helped me change and become like a better person over time. And to be honest with you, very limited artistic talent. Almost all of my success has just been persistence, a lot of hard work, and a little bit of creativity. At least, you know, some creativity paid off, and tons of people that have helped me over the years. I met people at E3 that I haven't spoken to in 8 actual years. Like, people that were in middle school 8 years ago. Just total random kids, nobodies, and I'm the YouTuber and I was kind to them and I helped them, and 8 years later it comes back around and they helped me at E3 and we'll be doing future business together. You know who you are. It was awesome to see you. I don't want to name names because I know your thing is all private at the moment, but it was super awesome to have that experience. And my advice to anybody is that you should be polite and respectful to everybody that you meet in your life along the way, because you literally never know when it's going to come back around and help you out. All of these great experiences aside, I can only be told used to so many times. I can only be told that I used to watch you so many times over before it starts to hurt me in my heart, before my soul starts to feel it. And when that happens, obviously I start getting sad, and sadness starts leading to anger, and I do get angry that so many people used to watch and left to do other things. But I'm not the type of guy that lets that anger eat my soul, that lets me burn me up, lets me corrupt me from the inside and go toward hatred, anger, malice, self-destruction, all those sort of things. It eventually becomes motivating, for lack of a better phrase, lighting a fire under your ass. And while I was at E3, that's what I started feeling. I started feeling motivated, starting wanting to be thirsty, started wanting to do things again, starting to want to be creative again, and getting tired of being used to. And I thought that the last couple of years I've kind of slacked off, and addictive substances haven't helped, and some personal L's haven't helped, but I'm sick and damn tired of used to. For those of you out there that used to watch me, that used to like this channel, and used to, old G YouTuber in history, whatever, all I can tell you is that you haven't seen anything yet. Just wait till you see what I've got coming. Drifter out.